Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and enough respect to the brothers that are out there pushing and spreading the truth to the four corners of the world. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I found this article, um, touching on the subject concerning, Macron, the president of France. And, for a while now, he's been trying to get the EU, the European nations, right, to, he's trying to peel them away from America, right, because they're starting to realize that the relationship that they have with America is not a fruitful one, right, and it's something that's hurting them deeply, right, and what's happening also, Slack, and Macron is trying to, get these nations away from them, away from America, right, and to, like, by the side of Russia, because they understand, and they can see the times that we're coming in, right, and they know that America is not gonna win this war that's coming, and I found this article yesterday, and I'm ultimately gonna read another article because I couldn't find this one, but this I had taken a screenshot, and just to send it to brothers. So I just want you to take a look at this real quick. Um, this is where I've circled. President Macron went further, right? Even saying that the main problem of the world is no longer Russia, but instead the United States, right? And this is what he's been going. This is what he's been pushing out, and it's true. Well, ultimately, all the leaders or everybody that's in rulership in this world is a heathen, is corrupted, is wicked, right? But America, even so, if everybody's wicked, imagine imagine how wicked America has to be for them to go up against him, right? And so Macron says that the main problem in the world is no longer Russia, but instead the United States. He even goes on to say that where I've circled that Macron's rhetoric, right? That's what the article is saying, that Macron's rhetoric, right? His point has somewhat softened in recent months, right? He's been going on for a while, but right now he's kind of calmed down, but he's still going at it, right? To the point that during talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin last week, he vowed to do his best to rebuild trust between Russia and the EU, right? This is what's going on now, right? They're not the prophecy is this not the prophecies in Revelation chapter 17? Is that not what's being fulfilled, right? It says Revelation 17:16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest, right, upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire." Right? The 10 horns, those are the allies of the whore. The whore is America, and the allies shall hate her, make her desolate and naked. They shall reveal her wicked. They shall let the world know how wicked she is, right? And eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. They will destroy her. They will all come up against her. America, man, this Babylon is going down, right? Um, so like, yeah, Macron wants UK could become U.S. Vassal state, right? Now, um, a vassal, well, let me just simple it. It's basically like, so if Britain, okay, I'll explain it along. France's president warned Boris Johnson that Britain risked becoming a vassal state of Washington after the Brexit, right? Now, the vassal state of Washington is just meaning like they're subordinate, right? They're bitches of the United States. That's why the United States use the U.S. They use them. It's like, and of course, what Emmanuel Macron didn't admit during his meeting with the PM in Paris is that the situation is little better for him, right? Neither Britain nor France really has the luxury. I'm right here. It's like, right? Neither Britain nor France really has the luxury of avoiding visualization of some description. All they can do is pick a master, right? And Macron is realizing, say, yo, Russia, United States is gonna fall because everybody's against him, right? As if they're gonna pick a master, it might as well not be the United States because it's going down, right? And if somebody's on the losing side, you're an ally of them, you go down with them, or if you have to be wise enough to abandon it, right? So it really takes some cheeks. It really takes some cheek for Macron to warn about the threats of becoming a vassal state to a leader who is in the process of begging for submission, right? And America, see, is in the process of begging for submission to reclaim control of its own country, right? Every nation on this planet is against America, and they see that now, and they see that it's not good for them. They can't afford to be in that position, right? Now we jump down to now. Okay, here. Now the idea of foreign domination seems to play in the mind of Macron. That's what they say. They keep saying he's bugged out, right? And they said that just last year he was at pains to point out that France is an ally of the United States and not a vassal state, right? And it says, methinks Monsieur Macron does protest too much, right? They say he's bugging out because last year he was saying he was an ally of the United States. Well, maybe back then he was, right? But that's what the spirit that the Most High is gonna put on all these nations, right? Because what? Um, Isaiah chapter 55. It's like, um, is it 11 55? 55, verse 11, right? Um, I'll start from verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. This the 11 is where I want to emphasize, right? So it's like, so shall my words be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right? So the Most High has spoken that this whore is gonna be betrayed. Everybody's gonna rise up against it in America. And surely enough, that's what's happening. Right? So let's get back to it. Right? And then it goes on to say, right, it's like he's so adamant, right, about France's independence from the whims of Washington. It will be interesting to hear his views on the roles, um, on the roles Berlin plays on the running of France. Right now, being being a member of the EU is in itself an exercise in handing over sovereign power to another member of the Union, right? That's what ultimately happens. Macron's France is proud and delusional enough to believe it's big enough to act as a counterbalance to the Germans, but it's not. But that's not really, well. It may be true, but really, his main everybody's main focus recently has been on the United States, right? And like we read in I guess, yeah, right here, right? It says neither Britain nor France really has the luxury of avoiding vassalization of some destruction, right? They understand that they will become subordinate because there are many superpowers more than them. They understand, but all they can do is pick a master. If they're gonna pick a master, if they're not gonna side with somebody, they will side with somebody who's not the United States because they know the U.S. is is coming to an end, and so they will side with Russia, Germany. They all this alliance that's forming up against the U.S. People in the United States have no idea what's happening, man. You walk out to the city, people are so happy, full of joy, so docile. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's going on. They're not keeping watch. Let me jump down. Right. And it says that the British, right? The British gets dragged down along America's ill-advised wars and questionable foreign policy adventures all the time anyways, right? All the time. So why not see if Washington is willing to throw a free trade bomb at his favorite lapdog in return, right? That's what Britain has become, a lapdog, dragging along America's bitch. But these nations are not gonna have it anymore. They're gonna rise up against him, and ultimately, this is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua because, um, what does it say in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 1, right? Wait, is that right? Oh, so like I think I put the wrong one. So like, just give me a minute. Proverbs 21. Yeah, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. It's in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. Right? Everything that's happening, all this thing that they're feeling, everything that's going through their mind, that's the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And it's gonna happen. Just like it says in everything is gonna, these nations are gonna fuck each other. Well, America's ultimately gonna go down, but be not mistaken, America is also powerful, and she's gonna do some damage, right? There's also gonna be a lot of dead people on the up, everybody who's opposing America, but ultimately America's gonna lose. The word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai does not come back void. Will not come back void. It's the power we serve. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Well, before I get there, oh, Matthew 24. Right. So the disciples, verse 3, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, right, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world? And we jump down to verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquake in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows. How shall it not come for everybody to sing and lock arms? It brings separation between men. There's war coming. It's inevitable. The Most High has spoken. You can't avoid it. You can't run from it. Everybody's gonna be in it. All right. So really, this is the power of the Most High, because it all goes back to Him. You have no control over it. It's Daniel chapter 4, verse 34. From verse 34. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto the heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and I praised and honored him that lived forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth. And none can stay his hand, or say unto him, What doest thou? What doest thou? What are you doing? Yo, chill, bro. Bro, calm down. Yo, you're not gonna do that. Nobody can say that to him. Because he is everything. So with that, I say shalom.